Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Tony T. Time for our WNBA two-pack from the two-game schedule for Monday. Ramon Scott will deliver those plays. You'll find his premium plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. Ramon, over the past 7 days, put up some good numbers here in MLB and soccer. I know I've been reading the comments here on these WNBA picks. You guys have been very happy with them. Let's bring Ramon in right now. Ramon, what's going on?
Well, good, Tony. I'm glad that everyone's liking the pick so far. Definitely rolled it again on Sunday. I'm happy to do it here for you and for everyone. Quite frankly, I'm not sure that the rest of the, betting pundits are really up to speed yet on the league. So I think we're doing a good job. Information's kind of hard to come by a little bit. I was just surfing a little bit here to meet with you, and I see a lot of the sites are kind of behind on their standings, on their spread records, and stuff like that. So, the league might be growing, but the gambling information might be hard to find. Let's deal some winners.
There's some winners here. Ramon Scott here, WNBA. I'd like to thank everyone for supporting Ramon's videos here. Great viewership here, WNBA. Well, we expected it, right? We've seen it over the years. There's no question why we did WNBA, because you guys like Ramon's picks, and the views have been very high in the past couple of years and trending that way again this year. All right, let's get underway here. We begin with the Sun and Fever here. We're seeing the Sun a favorite here on the road, 4.5 in some places, 163.5 the total.
Well, Tony, you forgot to say the words Caitlin Clark, and that would have immediately bumped up another 50 views, probably. So I'll say it for you. Caitlin Clark on Sunday, a pretty okay game, pretty good game for her as she continues to learn, her quotes after the game. Uh, Basically saying, it's not like this in college. I mean, every possession I'm, being contacted and having to fight through more screens than ever before. That's just the way it is. They're not picking on her. This is professional basketball. So I expect a dramatic improvement by Clark, but the Fever do have their work cut out for them, Tony. We mentioned it on Sunday. They were in that matchup with the Liberty, and, they lost 91-80, but, I thought they hung in there pretty good. Now they got to come back home and play Connecticut, which isn't an easy task, certainly. So when you come into a game like this, when you're 0-3 basically, Tony. Now, yeah, they did get the number there in that last game. I said Sunday, of course, it was on a Saturday that they played that game, 91-80, that they lost against the Liberty. Talk about the Fever, but Connecticut won on Sunday, 84-77 over Washington, or on Friday. Oh boy, Tony, what a weekend! Uh, for Connecticut, though, they come in undefeated at this point, 2-0, and favored here, of course, to win at Indy. Not number looks short to me, Tony. The way I see it, still at this point, I think the Fever have kind of the longest way to go of any of these teams, certainly right now, Tony, to be quite honest. They do look like maybe I will say, maybe next to worst team right now in the league. So they lost at the Liberty, as I said, in that last game, 91-80. So it's just been a long time. Tony, Connecticut hasn't missed the playoffs in 7 years. Indy hasn't made the playoffs in 7 years. So I just think with Bonner and company right here, I'm going to lay the points. It just looks short to me still. I'm not sure if it's the public that's still going to be getting involved, and that's what the odds makers are expecting. And keeping this number short, Tony, it just doesn't look like enough. They do have a cover so far in their 3 games, but I'm not sure it's going to come here. I do like the matchup for Kelsey Mitchell for Indiana in this one, but I just think too much here for Connecticut, for Indiana against Connecticut. I'll take the Sun.
All right, Ramon Scott, click the link below for his best bets, Sun and Fever on ESPN. He'll take the Sun here, laying the 4.5. All right, guys, be sure to click the link to get to Ramon's best bets. And, of course, promo code 20 at checkout will save you 20% off all Ramon's best bets and all his pre and pick packages. All right, let's